I think old Mark will kick it off with a Beaumont boy. His name's George Jones. I feel tears welling up, pouring deep inside, and my heart's gonna be great. And the stab of longing is sharp and painful. I may never shake.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hey, good.
My name's Juliette.
I know.
Tradition lives.
Tradition lives.
Listen, I've had a lot of Advil today.
What I heard. Everybody here's been talking about how much Advil you've been.
Tradition lives. Okay, and see what happens when I have too much Advil?
You need to go to rehab. I'm telling you.
If you could call one person right now in heaven, who would it be, and why?
In heaven?
Yeah.
I'd call George Jones.
Over there sits the chair where she'd bring the paper to me.
What would you say?
I'd say I miss you, brother, and we still love you.
So we actually shoot our show at the George Jones Museum.
All right.
Yes. So that's where we do our taping. So
I hadn't been there yet.
So this is perfect. I like to sometimes ask, give me one George Jones memory that really is fond in your heart.
Yeah, I have.
Produce these little things.
I'm real lucky. I've got a lot of great memories of George Jones. I've known him since '83, and but I guess my favorite one was when I was touring with him in the early '90s, and every day it seemed like when nobody was on my bus, he would know that, and he'd come out to the bus, and he would knock on my door. I'd be in there by myself, and he would knock on my bus door, and I'd open the door, and there he is, and he would come in. He'd say, "Hey, what you doing?" Just like a neighbor. I'm just sitting around, drinking a beer. He said, "Well, you got another one of them Miller's Lights?"
Pleasure to see you tonight, my
Well,
friend.
thank you. It's always good to be here.
You want to introduce this fella right here?
Well, I tell you what, I can't quit saying enough about him. I know you want to get on the show, but he comes from my part of the country, down around Beaumont in East Texas, and we just love him to death. He's a great talent and a great person, and his name is Mark Chesnut.
All right, Mark.
Feels like I've been here before. Just outside some closing door.
And we'd sit down and we'd talk, and he'd always say the same thing every time. And he knew the answer. Do you care if I smoke? No, not at all. He'd light him up a cigarette, and he'd hang it off the end of the table, and he'd ask me if I had a guitar nearby, and I'd go back and get my old Martin, and we'd sit there. I'd hand it to him, he would tune it up, and here we'd go. He'd start, "Hey, you remember this one?" And he'd just tear into one of them old songs from the 50s or 60s.
Wow.
Some obscure stuff, too, and wanted to know if I knew it. He'd say, "You take the next verse," and I would, because I knew all that stuff.
Right.
And then we'd harmonize together. We'd sit there for hours
Oh, that's really
till
special.
Nancy came and got him. We'd have 4 or 5 beers together, and then she'd come get him.
Only thing missing was some Advil in that whole situation.